So, talking about Manchester United, who are coming off a loss in the European final against Villarreal, now it's time for recharging yourself for the next season, setting new objectives, and for that you need recruitment because we saw that United need a lot of improvement in major areas on the footballing pitch. Jadon Sancho is the pick over Harry Kane for this transfer market. So, do you think this is the right move for United?
At first, I was against this. I thought that Sancho is going to be an excessive force, which is not needed at United. But really paying attention to the ways Ole has been lining up the United side, you can really see how they can use him.
True.
Yeah, you can really see that. You had a young Mason Greenwood who was really showing what he can do, but when you're not given enough chances to actually build on that, that's where you start digressing as a footballer. And same goes for Marcus Rashford, who's a tremendous talent on his day, but when you're not playing him in the right formation and in the right way, he's not going to be able to give you what he can give you on his typical best day. So Sancho, who is a player for any occasion, I feel like him adding on to United would really give them the extra edge which they were lacking. Specifically, let's talk a little bit about Pogba as well, of what Raiola is doing with him. I think they're demanding at 100 million contract, if I'm not wrong. And it's absolutely ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. And I feel like it's time to ship him out and use those funds to even sign both of Kane and Sancho if possible. Because I feel like Pogba right now is dead weight, and he doesn't fit into the system at his natural position. And when he's played out of position, he does end up doing a bit better. What do you think?
I totally agree. It would be a dream come true if the likes of Lindelof, Pogba and Martial leave Manchester United finally, and we get the likes of Kane, Sancho, and Declan Rice or Pau Torres. So that would be the perfect window in my opinion. And I want to ask you this question: considering they need to improve defense, midfield, and attack, so all key areas on the pitch. So a move of Harry Kane, Pau Torres, Declan Rice, and Jadon Sancho. Will this be a good investment and a good enough transfer window to challenge for the title next season? And if Ole fails to deliver a title and loses on the Champions League front, will this be the last season that we see Ole at Manchester United?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. If he fails to impress yet again, I think it's time for him to move on, because I feel like as a manager, he still needs a lot of room to improve. And United, just generally as a club, is not the place to do that. It's not a place to experiment. It's not a place where you can improve step by step. It's where you also need results.
True.
Similar to what Chelsea were able to do. Even though they went through a managerial change, they still managed to win a trophy. Right? They had the likes of Louis van Gaal, they had Mourinho, they had names, but not a manager who truly understood what United is as a club, right? What United is as an outfit.
Absolutely.
And a lot of blame has to go towards the Glazers family as well, who instead of focusing and building up the squad, they are too busy just leeching off the actual brand value of Manchester United as a club.
And before we close this United topic up, we saw that Man City are coming off a loss when it comes to the Champions League, and everybody is making the point that City need an out-and-out proper striker. And considering the Harry Kane interview praising the likes of De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Ferran Torres, and he said that he would like to play with them, City is the likely destination for Harry Kane. And the other name that is linked with United is Declan Rice, Danny Ings as a striker, and Ruben Neves for a 35 million move. Do you think that Danny Ings and Cavani are good enough for Manchester United if we miss out on Kane?
Yeah, all right. So I feel like that's not certainly a good enough choice for United. They need someone who can finish and play at the top level, and that's where Wissam Ben Yedder comes in of France. At 30-year-old, he is almost at the prime, just over that a little bit. You would ideally want to sign someone who's about 27, 28, but I feel like at the age of 30, he would come in at a very low cost option, and he would provide United with an extra oomph in attack, because you've already got Cavani, right? Unless you're going to bring in the likes of Kane or Haaland or Andre Silva, a pure number 9 who is absolutely firing right now. If you cannot bring them in, then you might as well go for a little bit of a safer option where you're not spending a lot and you can save for the defense side of things. That's where I feel like Ben Yedder can be a great addition for United.
I think that Danny Ings is a good forward, but I don't. I see his level being the likes of Everton, Southampton, or West Ham United. Going to United and having all this responsibility of being the second choice striker and to play regularly, I don't think he can do that. He failed at Liverpool, and I think that he will stay at Southampton and move to a club of the likes of Everton or West Ham in the near future. United definitely need to look at other options, and if we miss out on Kane, that will be a big disappointment because that means that City will strengthen and it will be Chelsea, City, and Liverpool for next season as well.